Ranking number one on Google used to feel like a clear win. You researched the keyword, you wrote the page. You improved the title, the structure, the internal links, the speed, and the content. If the page moved up, more people saw it. If more people saw it, more people clicked. That relationship is becoming less predictable, not because SEO is dead. That is the easy version of the story, and it misses what is actually happening. The real shift is more specific. Google search is becoming more of an AI answer and decision system. A user can ask a longer, messier, more complex question, and Google can break that question into smaller parts, search across related subtopics, generate an answer, and show links inside that answer. So the SEO question is changing. It is no longer only, can my page rank? Now the question is, can my content be useful, clear, trustworthy, and specific enough to be selected inside an AI-generated search experience? That is a different problem, and it requires a different workflow. But the important part is this: it does not mean you should panic, rewrite your entire website, or chase every new acronym around AI SEO. Based on available information, Google still says the fundamentals of SEO matter. There are no special technical tricks required just to appear in AI overviews or AI mode, so the foundation has not disappeared. The search journey is changing. That difference matters. If you understand it, you can avoid two bad reactions at the same time. You will not ignore AI search as if nothing has changed. But you also will not rebuild your entire strategy around unsupported hacks. This matters now because Google is no longer treating AI search like a small side experiment. AI mode is being positioned as a more powerful AI search experience. It is designed for complex questions, follow-up questions, and search journeys that used to require several separate searches. Instead of typing one short keyword, clicking through results, opening multiple tabs, and building the answer manually, the user can now ask a more detailed question and let Google do more of the research work inside search. For the user, that can feel faster. For creators, bloggers, marketers, SEO, professionals, freelancers, and online business owners, it creates a harder question. If the answer is already summarized inside Google, why would someone click? That is where the real tension begins. Early signs suggest that when AI summaries appear, users may click traditional search results less often. That does not mean every website loses traffic in the same way. It does not mean every query behaves the same. And it does not mean AI search is automatically bad for every business. But it does mean the old SEO dashboard can become misleading. You may still rank, you may still have impressions, you may still be technically visible, but the user's attention may now be captured earlier, inside the AI layer, before they ever decide to visit a website. That is why this shift matters for anyone building online visibility. In the old way, SEO was built around a visible search results page. You found a keyword, you checked search volume, you analyzed the top ranking pages. You wrote something better, longer, clearer, or more useful. Then you tried to earn trust through links, topical authority, technical SEO, and better content. That workflow still has value, but it is no longer complete. Because AI mode changes the shape of the search itself. A normal keyword might be something like, best CRM for freelancers, but a user in an AI search experience might ask something more specific, like, I am a solo freelance designer with 5 recurring clients, a small email list, and no sales team. I need a simple CRM that tracks leads, sends follow-up reminders, and does not become too complicated. What should I compare? That is not just a keyword, that is a decision. And AI mode is built for that kind of decision. Traditional SEO often begins with the phrase the user types. AI search may look beyond that phrase. It may break a complex question into smaller related searches. Google describes this as query fan-out, where the system can generate multiple related searches across subtopics and data sources to build a better response. So your content may not only be judged against the exact phrase the user typed. It may also be judged against the related questions the AI system needs to answer before it can help the user. Most people miss this. The old workflow was keyword first. The new workflow is intent cluster first. You do not only ask, what keyword should I target? You ask, what is the full decision behind the search? What does the user need to know before they can make a choice? What comparisons matter? What risks are they worried about? What definitions do they need? What mistakes could cost them time or money? What follow-up questions would they naturally ask next? That is the real shift. The goal is not to create one shallow page for every possible variation of a query. That can create weak content, and Google has warned against creating separate pages just to target every possible way people might search. The better workflow is to build fewer, stronger, more useful assets. A strong page in the AI search era should do more than repeat common information. It should have clear structure, specific examples, real comparisons, practical context, original insight, first-hand experience where possible, and the reason to be trusted, because AI makes generic content easier to create. And when generic content becomes easy to create, it also becomes easier to ignore. If your page only says what every other page says, AI can summarize it. If your page adds experience, examples, data, judgment, a useful framework, or meaningful comparisons, it has a stronger reason to exist. So what does the new workflow actually look like? It starts with the user's real problem. Take one important topic in your niche. Instead of only checking the main keyword, test how that topic behaves in normal Google search, AI overviews if they appear, and AI mode if you have access. Look at what the AI answer includes. Look at which sources are shown. Look at what information seems important. Look at what the answer leaves out. Then map the decision path. For example, if the topic is AI writing workflow for a small marketing agency, the old SEO process might focus only on that phrase. But an AI search system may need to understand several connected ideas: AI writing tools, agency content operations, client review, brand voice, SEO briefs, fact-checking, publishing, collaboration, and risk. So your content should not only answer the headline question, it should help the user move through the decision. That might mean adding a comparison section. It might mean explaining when AI writing is useful and when it creates risk. It might mean showing a realistic workflow with human review. It might mean clarifying what should be automated and what should stay human-led. The output is not just a page. The output is a content asset that can support a more complex search journey. For an SEO professional, this changes the research process. The old process was keyword research, competitor review, content brief, page creation, and ranking tracking. The new process still includes those steps, but it adds an AI search visibility audit. You take a client's key topics. You test how those topics appear in Google search, AI overviews, and AI mode when possible. You study which sources appear. You document what the AI answer includes. You identify where the client is missing, where competitors are being cited, and what gaps exist in the client's content. Then you build a content improvement plan. Not based on a fake promise that you can guarantee AI mode visibility. Based on gaps. For bloggers, the workflow shifts from volume to defensibility. The old blogging strategy often looked like this: find 20 keywords, write 20 articles, and hope some rank. That may still work in some cases, but it becomes weaker when the content is generic. A post called 10 Best Productivity Tips is easy for AI to summarize. There is not much original value there. But a detailed post showing how a real solo consultant uses Google Calendar, Notion, ChatGPT, and automation tools to manage client delivery is different. It has context, it has experience. It has a specific workflow. It gives both AI search and human readers something more useful than recycled advice. For YouTube creators, this shift matters too. Search is not only about text pages. Video, images, and other content formats can appear in search experiences. A creator who answers a real question clearly, uses a strong title, writes a useful description, adds accurate chapters, and supports the video with written content may create more opportunities to be discovered beyond the YouTube homepage. That does not mean every video will appear in AI search. It means creators should stop thinking only in terms of platform algorithms. A serious explicable video can become part of a broader search visibility system. For small businesses, the workflow is even more practical. If AI search pulls from product information, local business information, reviews, service pages, and business profiles, then the basics become more important, not less important. Your product data needs to be clear. Your service pages need to answer real customer questions. Your business profile needs to be updated. Your review strategy needs to be ethical and consistent. Your website needs to explain who you serve, what you offer, what makes you credible, and what the next step is. This is not glamorous. But in an AI-shaped search journey, clarity becomes a competitive advantage. For freelancers and agencies, there is also a new service opportunity. But it should not be sold as, "I will get you ranked in AI mode." That is not credible. A better offer is, "I will audit how your brand appears across AI search experiences and show you what content gaps are limiting your visibility." That is useful, that is practical, and it does not overpromise. Compared with the old way, AI mode does not remove the need for SEO skills. It changes where those skills are applied. Technical SEO still matters because Google still needs to access and understand your content. Content quality still matters because AI systems need useful sources. Authority still matters because trust becomes even more important when answers are compressed. Structure still matters because unclear content is harder to interpret. But the user experience is different. The old search results page gave users a list of places to go. The new AI experience may give users a synthesized answer first. That makes SEO less like winning a shelf position and more like becoming part of the answer layer. Compared with manual Google search, AI mode can reduce the amount of research a user has to do. It can summarize, compare, and help users explore a topic faster. But it can also hide the source journey. A human researcher might open 5 pages and compare them directly. An AI answer may compress that process into a summary. That is convenient, but it makes source quality and human judgment more important, not less. Compared with ChatGPT, Google AI mode has a different advantage. ChatGPT is often used as a general assistant. It can help with research, writing, files, planning, and workflows. But Google AI mode is attached to the search habit itself. The user does not have to leave search to use an AI layer. Compared with Claude, AI mode is less about working deeply inside long documents and more about public web discovery. Claude may be better for long context drafting, document analysis, or complex internal projects. AI mode is more connected to search behavior. Compared with Perplexity, Google has the advantage of being where many users already search. Perplexity is built around answer-first research with citations, and it has influenced how people think about AI search. But Google's move matters because it brings AI-style search behavior to a much broader mainstream search environment. Compared with Gemini as a standalone assistant, AI mode is more search native. Gemini can help inside the Google ecosystem, but AI mode is about changing the act of searching itself. So there is no simple winner here. Each tool has a different role. The real question is not, which AI tool replaces SEO? The better question is, how does each AI tool change the workflow around discovery, research, content, and decision-making? That is the more useful way to think. Before anyone rebuilds their strategy around AI search, there are serious limitations. The first limitation is that nobody outside Google can guarantee exactly how AI mode will choose sources for every query. So, if someone sells a guaranteed formula for ranking number 1 inside AI answers, be careful. The second limitation is measurement. Search Console may not give every site owner a clean, separate view of exactly how AI mode affects every impression, citation, and click. That means you may need to combine Search Console, analytics, manual testing, normal rank tracking, and your own AI visibility checks. Even then, the picture may still be incomplete. The third limitation is generic AI content. Many people will respond to AI search by creating more AI-generated pages. That may create the opposite of what they want. If the content has no experience, no original insight, no clear structure, and no real usefulness, it becomes easier to summarize and easier to ignore. The fourth limitation is blind trust. AI-generated answers can be incomplete. They can over-summarize. They can miss context. They can rely on sources that should be checked. They can make the search process feel finished before the user has really understood the topic. That is why human review still matters. For creators, marketers, and SEO professionals, AI should help with research, clustering, outlining, comparison, and workflow design. But the final judgment still has to come from a person who understands the audience, the business, and the risk. There are also privacy and automation concerns. As AI search becomes more agentic, it may become more involved in tasks, personal context, recommendations, and decision support. That could be useful. But any workflow involving sensitive data, accounts, purchases, customer information, or business decisions needs careful oversight. The danger is not AI itself. The danger is poor workflow design. If you automate the wrong thing, trust weak outputs, or publish without review, AI can help you make mistakes faster. So the biggest lesson is not that SEO is ending. The biggest lesson is that SEO is becoming part of a wider AI workflow. The old workflow was about ranking for keywords. The new workflow is about being useful across the full decision journey. Your content has to answer the main question, the follow-up questions, the comparison points, the objections, the risks, and the practical next steps. It has to be clear for humans. It has to be accessible to search systems. And it has to add something that a generic AI summary would not add on its own. For creators, that means building around experience and trust. For marketers, it means measuring visibility beyond traditional rankings. For freelancers and agencies, it means offering serious audits and workflow redesigns, not fake AI ranking guarantees. For bloggers and online business owners, it means protecting the pages that are most vulnerable, generic informational content that AI can answer without sending a click. And for automation builders, this is an early signal of something bigger. Search is moving from finding pages toward helping users complete decisions and tasks. So the practical action is simple. Pick one important topic in your niche. Search it normally. Test it in AI overviews if they appear. Test it in AI mode if you have access. Study what the AI answer includes, what it leaves out, which sources appear, and what follow-up questions a real user would ask next. Then improve one page around that full journey, not with hacks. With clarity, structure, experience, evidence, and usefulness. That is the new workflow. Not SEO versus AI, SEO inside an AI-shaped search journey.